The Mellow Brick Road is a park bench magically transformed into a podcast, and its hosts are not experts, so their advice should never be followed. Also, this is not a show for kids. This is a park bench podcast, not a jungle gym. What's up, everybody? Welcome to
act
the...
like I was.
Oh, go ahead. No, don't. Please, no, please,
was-
Mason. Be
I
the
was,
first one to talk.
Sorry. I was.
Please.
I was playing my drumstick, and
I
I was like, I was going to make it look like I was playing, but it did not look good at all. So apologies.
I'll add in some drum sounds right here. All right, that way. That's perfect. See, the thing is, it's an audio. We're mostly an audio podcast, so
Oh yeah.
it actually does. Well, actually, it wouldn't have worked. No one would have known you were holding drumsticks either. So
True.
I could just put in drum sounds, and you could just stolen valor that shit, which is fine with me. Since you were the first to talk, you were so adamant to make your voice heard. Who are you? Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Van Windsor.
What?
No.
What?
I'm Mason. Hi.
Mason. Hi everybody. That's Mason. I'm Van. The man with the plan. The man with the flan. Cause I'm in that kitchen cooking up that
Ooh.
flan, dude. What is flan?
You
I don't
like
think
flan?
I don't know.
It's
I don't
like
know. I don't think I
some
know
kind
what it
of
is.
custard dessert
That's what I
thing.
kind of
but
thought. It's like a custardy thing. Is it? I feel like it's like a. Is it one of those things you make a mold? You put a mold of, and you have to like
Yeah, I
flip
feel
it.
like there's something going on with it though.
I don't know. Send us your flan picks.
Oh yeah, best
Send
flan
us some of your
only.
best flan picks so we know. I feel like isn't flan like super delicate? Like you want to. Like I feel like it's one of those things where like, and I could be. I might be thinking of something else, but like you put it in like one of those like circular like bundt cake pans or pot or whatever, and you like
Yeah, it's
you
kind
have
of
it
like
upside
a
down.
bundt
And you
cake
go
shape.
like you go like, ooh, when you flip it, and you gotta like. It's one of those things where you're like, oh, I hope it doesn't like stick. You know, I hope it's okay. And then you,
Maybe. Yeah, because it's definitely like shaky.
I feel like I saw a video of a woman with flan. She like made it and then lifted it, and everyone was like, "Yay, she did it!" And then she was like so happy, and she went to put the pan like behind the flan, and she hit the corner of the pan on the flan and made like a huge streak, and everyone was like freaking out. But I'm sure it was still tasty. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
I don't
yeah,
know.
send us your
But
flan
yeah, let
picks so
us
we
know-
learn about flan.
Yeah,
That's what I want to
I
learn.
would like to
about
know
flan.
more about flan.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Me too. I would love to try and make it. It seems difficult, and I love a challenge. It worked with pumpkin pie last year for Thanksgiving. I need a new culinary challenge to challenge me, I guess, and so I can learn. Let's get into the show. How about that? You want to start with a question?
Okay.
Just like a generic question
Yeah.
for the two of us to
Sure.
back and forth. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about wasps?
Hate them.
I saw a lot of wasps today. A lot of wasps were mad at me today. I was power washing the gutters and stuff and like the garage. So there were like wasp nests flying everywhere that I didn't know were hiding on the garage. And they were
Yeah.
look, if I didn't have that power washer, I would have been fucked. Because they were like, I could see them
Yeah.
swarming me, but I had the water. So they kept their distance. But
Yeah, I mean, I respect wasp. Like, I get it. I understand. And like
get it. What do
the
they do?
guy, the big ones that like dig through concrete, like underneath foundations, dude, that's cool.
That's
I
pretty
hate
cool.
you for that. You're
Yeah.
scary, and I don't like you, but that's cool.
It's same with like carpenter bees. It's kind of cool that they like chew through wood and like chewing through concrete. Like that's badass. I like watching them build their little hives. It's kind of gross because it's like spit. Like when the wasps do it, it's kind of gross. But
Yeah.
what do wasps do for us? You know how like bees pollinate, spiders like kill smaller
Yeah, I
insects
guess
and like
wasp
pests.
pollinates and then just
feel like-
feeds the bird chain.
Wait, hang on. Hold the phone. Hold the horses, Mason. I don't think wasps. I don't know if they pollinate anything. Do they? Is that a thing wasps do?
Apparently, mosquitoes do.
Mosquitoes
Why?
do that?
Yeah, because I looked up, because let's be honest, if we're killing off the species, it's got to be mosquitoes.
Oh,
They-
for sure. That's hands down. Everyone's agreement. I mean, we're trying our best.
Yeah. And so I had to do some research to try to make it as justified as possible.
Okay.
And I looked it up and it's like, they don't do anything, right? It's like, well, they're a major food source for like mini
True.
ecosystem. So I was like,
Eh,
okay, but what
So,
else?
so that just means that every living creature on Earth wants these fuckers dead. That's what it sounds like to me. Everyone wants the mosquito's head on a stick. Um,
Why
okay,
can't we
my
just
thinking
like
was
triple the
always,
amount of flies
ooh, I don't know if I'd want that. Triple the amount of flies?
over mosquitoes?
I guess, but man, there's already too many flies sometimes. You triple that amount?
True.
I don't know. I guess I'd have to see like how would that I need to see like how they would distribute the flies amongst the global population.
Yeah.
No, okay, so my thinking with that one before I get into the actual question, I always thought like wasps are like if you see a wasp, just don't freak out. Because like I feel like bees and wasps, I think I read something where like they're when you start freaking out, your body gets hot. Like they're attracted to temperature. So if you just like stay
Mm.
chill, if you stay calm, bees and like if you see a bee flying around, it'll fly around you, but it won't sting you because it's like you're not messing with it, and you're not like I feel it's almost one of those things where they see temperature as like a threat, or maybe I don't know, but like temperature, like just stay cool and you're good. But like that's bees and wasps, okay? Unless it's a sweat bee. Sweat bees are cool if they're on your skin because they're just licking your sweat. That's cool. That's fine. Let them lick your sweat. But yellow jackets and hornets, same thing. Either way, those are the ones where it's like you see one of those, get away, because like they
Yeah.
will come at you for no reason. Those things
Yeah, that's
hunt.
just an asshole being an asshole.
Yeah, like I don't. So like I guess wasps are better than yellow jackets for me because the wasps don't actively
Yeah.
attack you. They're just looking for somewhere. They're just looking for a place that's dry and hidden away from birds, so they can build their little spit hives and have their little gross larva babies. And if you're a mud dauber, though, not a fan of you. Mud daubers are better than like
I
normal
don't know what
wasps
that
because like they're
is.
even more chill. Mud
Oh,
daubers like
okay.
they like build their little nest in like mud. So like when you see
Yeah.
like holes in the mud and stuff like near water, like lakes and stuff, that's mud daubers. And they get into your boat, like little holes in your boat, like
Hmm.
engine, and they fucking clog them, and it's annoying. Anyway, here's the question, Mason. The
Okay.
question is, you're walking down the sidewalk, you see a spider web, okay, big spider web. In the spider web is a wasp. You see a wasp and you see it fly into the spider web, like it's in the spider web. It has alerted the spider immediately. What do you do? It's like freaking out. It's
Oh,
trying to get away. Do you help the wasp, or do
right.
you let it? You go fuck that wasp, dude. That idiot. That spider's got himself a good old meal coming.
I mean, yeah, I'm probably gonna walk around, just like hey, that's you flew into that. That's on you, buddy.
Right,
You
right,
know?
exactly. That's kind of that's I don't know. See,
And I
okay,
like
that's my
spiders
thinking.
over wasps. So like
True. Yes, that is true. I think I'm a little bit biased because I agree with
same.
what you said, but I also like I don't like watching a living creature like freaking out, like life or death freak out. Like I don't like that. So like watching the wasp. Me and Trace saw this the other day, and the wasp did get away. He managed to shake himself free, so that was cool. But like one time when I was a lifeguard in high school, I was in the office space, assistant manager, and there was an
Good
open
movie.
window, and a wasp was like it was a wasp nest somewhere in the neighborhood. And one of the wasps like it was had flown in, or maybe it was already in there, and it was like it wasn't flying, like it looked like it was like hurt or something. Me thinking
Uh,
it was moving really slow or whatever.
you just walked in. Hey, I'm walking here.
Yeah, and so like yeah, so it was from New York exactly, and I picked it up because it was so like it was like basically like dead or dying. So like I picked it up real gentle and I put it on my little like desk, and I just took a little bit of water from my water bottle. I just made a little tiny little puddle of water, and I just like kind of scooted him over to it, and then or her or they, and it like crawled over to the water and like kind of like I guess like put its face in it. I guess I don't really know how wasps drink water, but I saw the water going away, and then like 5 minutes later, the wasp like stood up and flew off. So like I feel like I was like I think I am friends with wasps now. Like I am like that wasp will tell other wasps, hey, this kid is cool. And I think that has stuck with me all these years because I've never been stung by a wasp. But I'm sure soon this summer, I guarantee I will come back on the show with a bunch of wasp stings because we're gonna do got to tear out the siding at my parents' house at some point, and I know there are wasps under there. Like I think we're gonna pull it out, and you know, like when people pull off their walls and they see like a bunch of black mold is like spread through. I think it's gonna be like that, but it's gonna be like a half-inch thick of just wasp nests just over the entire side of the house. Because you see them crawl inside the siding and stuff. It's gonna be awful. So if you want to help out, that'd be greatly appreciated. Because the more people that show up, it gives me more of an excuse to stay inside and avoid the wasps. You know. So you wouldn't help the wasp in the spider web.
No, probably not.
No.
I wouldn't watch it. I'd walk. Oh, I'd just walk away.
Yeah,
Like,
watch it. If you like stood and watched the spider, and you're like, "Come on, spider, get in, spider." That'd be kind of weird. That'd be a
yeah,
weird thing if you were just like cheering on the spider. But I guess I mean, circle of life. I don't know. We don't have to get into this now. This is getting into some weird moral stuff. I want to do some pride related things because we're still in Pride. Hashtag Pride.
for sure.
Saw a lot of cool Pride signs. Mostly no king signs, obviously, over the past weekend because 1.5 million people were out in the entire country. Dude, like 30 different towns in Missouri had no kings protests, which is pretty dope. Like real small towns where like I'd see like 50 people in a picture. I'm like, that's the whole town. Like that's like these little tiny Missouri towns. It was really crazy. So it sucks. Sucks for Trump. No one came to his birthday party, but you know we were a little bit busy fighting injustice. But anyway, let's get into some pride stuff. We're done talking about that. Was the topical thing. I had to just bring it up because like that was cool. Good job, everyone.
Yeah, the
Yes.
topical front has now moved on.
Yes, we are moving the topical tent from the No Kings protest back to our the overarching pride tent. So like yeah, we were outside it for a second there at the protest, but now we're back inside the safety of the pride tent. It's so cozy in here. I like it a lot. It's like warm, but like not too hot. But it's like warm enough where like those drag queens are gonna start undressing. You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool.
Oh man. Some
Anyway,
call RuPaul.
let's do yeah, exactly. Hey, you know who that is, so you might do really well on this quiz, Mason, because I have a quiz
Nice.
to test your LGBTQ plus pride knowledge.
I feel
So,
like
and
RuPaul's not going to help out in any way here.
I will say I have not done this quiz. I did the first two questions I think just to like see what the quiz was. I didn't make this quiz. I'll say that right now. This is on quizmaker.com. So, you know, I was just googling the quizzes before I had to like put in actual work to make my own. So this is great. So we're just gonna go down the questions. There's 20 questions. We'll just we'll go through them, we'll rattle them off. It's multiple choice. We'll see what the right one is. Sound good? Here's the first question. What month is internationally recognized as LGBTQ plus Pride Month? July, June, May, or April?
Internationally. Can you list the months
Oh,
again?
sorry. July, June, May, and April. And I do know the answer to this one. And I think we're going to work collaboratively on this because we both
Okay.
don't know
Well,
a lot, or maybe we
I
don't. We don't.
feel
We'll have to see.
like I feel like America is way more accepting. So I feel like we set the
Hmm.
standard. So I'm gonna
Okay.
go with June.
I also think it's June, and that is correct. June is
Nice.
celebrated as Pride Month to commemorate the Stonewall riots of June 1969, which sparked the modern LGBTQ plus rights movement. Um,
Nice.
which, yeah, very cool. Which New York City location? Wait, sorry. Which New York City location is famous for the 1969 uprising that became a catalyst for the LGBTQ plus Pride movement? I'm gonna think it's the Stonewall Inn because I just read that. I'm gonna not read the explanations at the end if they're gonna give away answers. It was the Stonewall Inn. It was in Green. Okay, so it actually it. What New York City location? Okay, so the inn is famous. I was about to say you could have put what New York City like borough or whatever. It was
Yeah.
Greenwich Village. Green is it Greenwich? I always want to say Greenwich, but I'm pretty sure it's like
I
Greenwich.
feel like I've only heard Greenwich.
Yeah, I know it drives me crazy. And if you like ask someone, they'll be really snobby about it. I'm sure, so I'm just
Yeah.
not gonna do it.
It's like Tucson and Tucson. Have you heard of Tucson, Arizona?
Oh, oh, Tucson. Yes, okay.
I
That took
think
me a
it's the
second.
same place, but I don't have an I haven't got a straight answer. I
Tucson.
don't know.
Son,
I've
tuck,
heard Tucson,
tuck, son.
Arizona.
Your shirt, tuck, son. Shirt, your shirt, tuck, son. Some
Yeah.
tucked. Okay.
But anyway,
How
get
many
back.
colors are on the modern rainbow pride flag?
Oh, I
I
should
don't
know
know.
this.
Wait, did they change the? Okay,
I
it's
would say it's one
six,
for every letter.
6, 5, 7, or 8.
So I would say it's one for every letter. N
BTQ
plus.
plus. So 6 is what you're saying? LGBTQ
That would be
plus.
my guess.
Okay, I'll go with
And then
6.
maybe seven. But yeah, I would go
That
six.
is what's the isn't the rainbow like the act like not the pride rainbow like the rainbow the wavelengths that appear
Roy G.
during
Biv. So
that's
seven. Yeah.
7, right? Okay, so let's say
Yeah.
let's go with 6 and see what we got. Boom, we're right. Red, orange,
Nice.
yellow, green, blue, and violet. Widely used since fabric shortages led to the removal of original stripes. So there used to be more stripes, but
Oh.
because of fabrics, they had to like compromise.
Oh, we
I
just
guess
got lucky.
we got very lucky on that one. Yes.
So our
Um,
our logic was not sound. But
Wait, we're
came up
undefeated
with the
right
right
now.
answer. Yeah.
Who designed
Very
the
nice.
original rainbow pride flag in 1978? Larry Kramer, Marsha P. Johnson, Gilbert Baker, or Harvey Milk? Okay, Harvey Milk was the governor of California. Wasn't he? Wasn't he that he was a
Okay.
gay activist who got shot? That's a really sad story. You should look
Ooh.
at the movie. The movie Milk is really good. You should watch it. Sean Penn, I think. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna. I only know Harvey Milk. That's the name I know.
My vote would go towards Marsha,
Marsha.
whatever, just because it's Marsha P or it had like a middle initial in
Yeah, it
there.
stands out. It stands out.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Marsha
It's
P.
like Susan
Johnson.
B. Anthony, or else it's a trick because it's like Susan B. Anthony.
Oh, we were both wrong. It was
Oh,
Gilbert Baker.
it's
Gil.
like
He
the
was the
straightest
one
name
doing
on
it.
there.
I know, right? What does the plus in LGBTQ plus represent? Only intersex people, other sexual orientations and gender identities, a specific advocacy group, or allies of the community. Now that's interesting. That one
Ooh.
makes me think it might be the allies, but I
Yeah,
think
I feel like it's B.
the other sexual orientations and yeah, like the extra letters that aren't. Yeah, that's what I think it is. But I don't know. Allies really threw me for a loop right there.
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
go.
remember there's a bunch of different genders. So
That's
like
true.
that can't
And
have a letter for
I
every
don't know if
gender.
the letters don't really have. They have trans, but they're more like sexual preferences. Well, queer is not really a sexual preference. Okay, so the last anyway, let's go with B. Other sexual orientations and gender identities. Boom, you nailed it. See, you're a
Nice.
freaking dude. You're a dynamite ally. You're a good
I
ally,
try to
Mason.
be.
Yeah. Uh,
Thanks.
and now you can like back it up with like, yeah, I know how many stripes are on the flag. Don't look it up. I can tell you.
Yeah, I
Uh,
already forgot. So
Perfect. In
six.
what
Gotcha.
year was the first Pride Parade held to commemorate the Stonewall riots? The Stonewall riots were 1969. So the answers are 69, 68, 70, and 71. I'm going to double check what year they were. 1969 was the Stonewall riot. So I'm going to say not 68,
No,
probably
I probably would say
70.
not 6'9" either.
I'm going
I
to guess 71, like 2 years later.
Yeah, I'm thinking 71 because there could have been a lot of like controversy and like it probably takes a little bit and some signatures to get a parade. So
If
I'd
it's
say
like if it's the
71.
first Pride Parade, yeah, that takes a lot of like, you got to like get
Yeah.
everything set up, I assume. So let's go 71. Damn, it was 70, man. They were on that shit.
Damn.
June
Nice. Good for
28th.
you
They
guys.
almost at the end of the month of June, but they nailed it. Yeah. 1 year after the Stonewall riots. That's cool.
Nice.
That's cool. That's cool. In 2017,
Always underestimating.
the city of Philadelphia added 2 stripes to the rainbow flag. Which colors were added? Purple and gold, white and blue. I'm going to guess white and blue, first of all, just because of that dress thing. Brown and black, and pink and turquoise. Actually, it was black and blue, wasn't it? Or it was
It
whiter
was
and black.
black and blue.
I
It
thought it
was
was black
black
and
and
blue.
blue or white and gold.
I'm
I
gonna.
thought it was black and blue.
I thought it was black and blue as well. Okay, city of Philadelphia. I feel like they would add like a green.
So the Philadelphia Eagles would be like a green color.
But there's no green on here.
Um,
So maybe there's brown
my
and
mine would
black,
go with the
pink,
last one. What was that?
pink and
Turquoise
turquoise.
and
I can see
pink
that.
and turquoise.
I can see
What was the
that.
first one?
Purple and gold.
I could maybe see purple and gold, but
Yeah,
my vote would go towards D. I think those were like the only two I thought maybe, but
I like pink and turquoise's
they're not
color.
fucking adding white. Let's just knock that one out.
It's brown and black.
Oh, I thought the
Uh,
second one was white.
to honor LGBTQ plus people of color and
Oh,
recognize their
the answer.
experiences. The answer was brown and black.
Gotcha.
White and blue was the second. It was B.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was for like people of color. That's very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Should have known
activist
that.
is yeah, no, that almost seems like, oh yeah, duh. But like, I
Yeah.
think honestly, but like the rainbow
We were
flag,
thinking
like,
too deep.
but the rainbow already has all the colors. Oh no, no, it doesn't. It only has 6 colors. A normal rainbow has all the colors in the spectrum, but not
Right.
the pride rainbow. But like, it's almost like implied that like, yeah, everyone, if you are like gay, like it doesn't matter what you look like you're gay, like yeah, you're in this group. That's me like putting you in the group like that, like the over the head hug. Which activist is credited with co-founding the Gay Liberation Front and later became a prominent transgender rights advocate? Audre Lorde, Sylvia Rivera, Barbara Grittings, or Marsha P. Johnson?
Oh, we
I
gotta go Marsha
gotta
P.
go Marsha P.
Johnson,
Johnson
right?
again, right?
She's not showing up here twice for no reason.
Dude, Marsha P. Johnson is such a red herring. It's Sylvia Rivera.
Damn it.
Dude,
Dude,
who
Rivera
is
was the
who's
one I
Marsha
was
P.
going
Johnson?
to
I'm gonna have to look
guess.
up Marsha P. Johnson, and if she's a fake person, I'm gonna be upset. Okay, how many questions do we have left? Quite a bit. Let me get a few more in here, and then we can move on. Which Greek
Okay.
letter? Are you looking her up right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But go ahead. Searching
Which
now.
which Greek letter was adopted as a symbol by the Gay Activist Alliance? Beta, Sigma, Lambda, or Alpha? I want to say
I feel like
Ligma.
it's not Sigma. I feel like it's
It's Ligma,
Lambda.
right? Do you think it's Ligma?
No, Ligma's a joke, right? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
No, it's Lambda.
Damn it. You think it's Lambda? I was thinking definitely Sigma
Yeah.
or Lambda. I don't think it'd be Beta
I
or
don't
Alpha.
think
That's
it's
the most.
beta. I don't
Beta
think
and
it's
Alpha
going to
are
be
like the most
alpha.
cis, like the most cis. Those are the very cis terms. Beta and
Yeah,
Alpha, like for fucking
and I feel
reasons.
like Sigma is
More
like a
like,
Gen Z term or
yeah,
like
more like Suckma.
or it's like an alpha term. But so
Ooh. I watched a
Lambda.
thing the other day that it had all 7 of those terms for men. Like Alpha and Beta, there's 5 more of those apparently. One of them was
Uh
like Omega. I'm Omega Beta or Omega Alpha or some bullshit. It's like Ryu, a fucking Dragon Ball Z character.
yeah.
Anyway, Lambda. His douche level's over 9,000. Okay, Lambda is the correct answer, Mason. You're on
Nice.
fire.
Nice. Also, I knew who Marsha P. Johnson is.
Adopted by the Gay Activists Alliance in 1970 as a symbol of the gay liberation movement. I'm gonna see if there's anything else with her name first. I don't think
Okay.
so. So go ahead, go. Who is she? Tell us. Reveal.
She was a black transgender woman, drag queen, and LGBTQ plus activist who played a key role in the early gay rights movement in the
Hell yeah.
United States. She was
Hell
most
yeah.
famously associated with the Stonewall Uprising of '69. Um,
Okay,
so yeah, so that's
that's
why her
cool.
name is on here a lot.
Very
It's
apologies,
someone we should know.
apologies for not knowing who you were. But again, we are learning. We're
Oh,
learning. We're trying to be better allies. We need to learn the history.
do you know what P stood for?
The P and the wait, hang on. Pansexual.
No,
No.
it stood for Pay It No Mind. Marsha Pay
Ooh.
It No Mind
Oh, in her
Johnson.
name. I'm sorry. I was
Yeah.
thinking like P as in like in the LGBTQ
Oh,
plus
yeah. No, no, no,
flag.
no, no.
I'm sorry. The P stood for pay it no mind. Is that what you said?
Pay It No Mind.
That is badass. Because then you go,
Yeah.
what's the P stand for? And she goes, pay it no mind. You go, okay, I guess she won't tell me. That's
Oh, she
funny.
also co-founded the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries with Sylvia Rivera.
Very cool. Hell yeah, dude. Marsha P. Johnson, you're the fucking goat, dude. You're the coolest. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to look her up. Maybe I'm sure there are books written about her.
For
Okay,
sure.
let's go to this. Let's do 2 more. Let's do 2 more and we'll move on. The first Pride parade or the first Pride march held outside of the United States took place in which city? London, Amsterdam, Toronto, Paris. My gut feeling is Toronto.
Me
My
too.
gut says Toronto. You
Me
want to just
too.
go? You want to just lock it
Yeah.
in? Let's lock it in. London. London?
Ah,
London, really? That's a shock. That's kind of a shock.
That was my second guess, but I
That
don't
was
know. I figured
two
with Canada
years
being on the
after.
border,
Yeah, I just and Toronto's such a cool progressive city. I definitely wasn't gonna say Paris. Amsterdam was a close second for me. London wasn't even on my map or
hmm,
on my radar. Um, let's see. Let's Okay, here's the last one we're gonna do. This is the last question. The Progress Pride flag includes a chevron that adds stripes representing marginalized communities. Which of the
okay.
following is not represented in these added chevron stripes? Intersex community, transgender community, people living with HIV/AIDS, LGBTQ plus people of color. A chevron that adds stripes representing marginalized communities. Okay, so this seems like the black and brown thing that Philadelphia did. No?
I
So
don't know. I feel like it's one of the first two, though.
add stripes representing marginalized communities. Intersex community, transgender. I could totally
I
see
feel like,
transgender.
yeah, because it's already a part of like the
Oh,
main
that's true. It's already part
group.
of the main like
Yeah, so I feel like I feel like
letters.
that's the red herring.
LGBTQ. Oh, yes, that's a good point. Okay, so oh man, people living
But
with
I,
HIV AIDS.
oh yeah, I know. I think that's a big one. I think that's
This is a
one that
hard
no
one.
one thinks
Oh, I'm
about.
sorry. Which of the following is not represented? I forgot that it
Right.
says not. So one of these doesn't
Yes.
fit. So you're thinking transgender because it's part
Yeah,
of the
because
right.
right. I feel
Okay.
like the last two for sure.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
This is a much easier question because I was like, only one of these is part of the marginalized. Like these are all margin. I was
oh
like, these all seem like marginalized communities. I'm so confused
yeah,
right now.
no. Yeah.
And if I
So
get one
I
wrong, I'm gonna get in trouble online for sure.
yeah.
But okay, pick the one that's not. The safest one answer is transgender because it is part of the main letters.
Right. There's already a lot of focus on it.
Let's go with that.
Oh, I hope it's right.
I think it was. Where'd it go? Oh, that was right. We are
Oh,
correct. It was a transgender community. Very good. Oof, that was
didn't want to
scary.
be wrong there.
No, definitely not. Okay, cool. Wow. We did. Hey, you know what? We did a lot better than I thought we would. We did guess, but you know what?
Yeah.
In Trump's
They were
America, where we
yeah.
learn with multiple choice, that's all you got to do. You don't have to learn anything. You don't have to learn
Yeah.
anything in this country because everything's multiple choice. You got a 25% chance to get it right, unless you cheat the
Yeah.
system.
And honestly, I feel like both of those questions that had Marsha P. Johnson, I feel like she could have been the answer, you know?
I think she's yeah,
She
I
was a lot
agree.
of she did a lot of co-founding.
She did. Yeah. She was a co-founder, and they should have added her name in the list.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Rest in peace, Marsha.
R.I.P. to Mason's mom, Marsha. I hope she's doing well in
No,
heaven.
not her.
I'm
Marsha
sorry,
P. Johnson.
Marsha P. Johnson.
Marsha
What's
Pay It No Mind Johnson.
that is such a badass name. That's so cool. Hey, you know what else was badass, Mason? The
Hmm.
Tony Awards, bro. Well,
Okay.
I didn't know. I didn't watch them this year. I watched the opening number,
Yeah.
and it was just very like subtle because the whole thing was like it's not about the flash and the pomp and the circumstance. It's about the song. It's about the lyrics and the story. And I'm like, this is the Tony Awards. It's about the pomp and circumstance. Like, I want to see you doing backflips on the stage while singing. Like, that's what whole event is about, dude.
Did
Um,
Neil Patrick Harris host?
nope, it was
Hmm.
Cynthia Erivo. I was thinking of her last name. Cynthia Erivo. Yes, she hosted and she sings. She's great. She's lovely, and the way she sings is so good. And she went to the crowd and like made them like kind of karaoke. Like, you sing this line. And who did I see? I saw. Oh my God, Adam Lambert was there. He sang, nailed it. I was like, dude, I haven't seen Adam Lambert in so long. He looks amazing. He had all the eyeshadow, all the makeup. He was dolled up. He looked fantastic. Anyway, I want to talk about some of the winners because I didn't watch a lot of plays and musicals this year, but I'm excited to watch some of these plays and musicals. But some of them I want to talk about. My favorite ones that I saw, if I can get the list up. Best new musical, maybe Happy Ending. I love the main actor in that is one of my favorite, like up and coming. He was in Glee, and then he was in
Okay.
a bunch of
He was in
uh,
Mindhunter.
no, not that, not Jonathan Groff.
Oh,
This is a guy. I can't think of his name. He was in that. Do you remember
Believe
that?
the series, the musical.
Yeah, he was probably in that. Yeah. Aaron,
not the original show.
he was in the original show. I
Oh, okay.
believe. Here he is. He also won a Tony. Darren Chris. I always forget his name. His name's amazing. Darren Chris. Because he also won for best leading actor in a musical. Dude, it's one of those things where like you see these like I remember seeing Darren Chris when he was like in college. He made a Harry Potter musical. Like he wrote, produced, and like directed and starred in a Harry Potter musical with a bunch of his college friends. And I remember watching it on YouTube and I was like, wow, this kid's really talented. And then he showed up on Glee, and now he has a Tony Award.
How
Like
do you spell his
it's
name?
Darren and then Criss.
Okay.
I'm sure he was. I saw some.
Oh, yeah, I love that guy.
I saw clips of
Yeah,
him in
he's
that
cool.
musical. It looked really funny. So I'll definitely give that one a watch. But yeah, maybe happening best musical, best new play, Purpose, which also looked so good. Um, I'm trying to see if any. Oh, I'm not okay. We don't have to go into all like what it's about and whatnot. Best musical revival, Sunset Boulevard. I'm sure that was good. But then the best leading actress in a play. I want to talk about this one. Sarah Snook.
Okay.
She's new. She's great. She won in the play The Picture of Dorian Gray, which is
Okay.
a book by Oscar Wilde about like a really like rich, young, hot guy who's like influential and likes to like party. And he's like really nice and charismatic, but like he has a painting made of himself because he's so narcissistic. And so the whole thing is
Okay.
like he doesn't age. The painting ages, right? So like he's like
Oh,
young and beautiful and like handsome and charismatic. The painting, which is hidden away where no one can see it, is like decaying and like running and like it's just ripping. Like it's like one of those things, right? Symbolic. So she plays Dorian Gray. It's a one woman play,
oh.
which I'm so curious about. Well, I saw like clips of it and I was like, this is so weird. I love it. It looks so interesting. So I really want to watch that. Sarah Snook, congrats. I heard about the play and I was like, that looks really interesting. And then seeing that it won a Tony, I'm like, dude, sweet, sweet. Best leading actor in a play. This is another big one for me. Cole Escola, who wrote and starred in the play Oh Mary. Which do you know what this is? I don't know if I've talked about it on the show, but I might have. Anyway, Oh Mary is about Mary Todd Lincoln. I can't remember what the actual like
Okay.
setting of the play is. I don't know if it's like right before the play that he goes like Lincoln, like when they before they go to the
This
play.
is Abraham Lincoln's wife.
Yeah. The gay president,
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln, his
Right.
his abusive
Yeah.
wife, yes.
His
So
abusive wife.
oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. So Cola Scola wrote this play because he was like, I learned about her in high school, but like you don't really know, they don't really give you a whole lot of info on Mary Todd because like she's not the star of the story. It's Big Abe, obviously. Um, and then he's like, and then I was just so fascinated by her, even though I like, didn't really know anything about her. I just thought it was interesting that like no one talked about her, even though she was also there when Lincoln was assassinated. She was sitting right fucking next to him. And so he's like, I wanted to write this play about Mary Todd Lincoln, and I didn't do any research on her. He's like, everything that I wrote in this play is what I think is true. Like, I don't think
Oh.
it's like it's not factual, but it's what I remember as fact about her. So it's a comedy,
Oh.
and
Okay.
he plays Mary Todd Lincoln. And dude,
Nice.
he is amazing. This kid is hysterical. And he showed up at the Tonys. I saw a quick flash of it in the opening number. He didn't get the microphone to sing, but I saw a quick flash of him, and I recognized it immediately. Immediately, he is dressed as one of my favorite Broadway performers of all time, Bernadette Peters. She's the queen and king. She's both uh, and he dressed as her when she won her either her first Tony or she won a Tony Award back in the 80s. He wore like an homage to her, and it looked. I don't know if I can. Maybe I can like make a tutorial of this for you. Can you see that? It's kind
Yeah,
of
look at
blurry, but
that.
like the hair and the dress, you can't really see the dress. It looks amazing. He looks amazing. I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Let's see. Moving on. Yeah, Darren Criss, best leading actor in a musical. Fuck yeah, he deserves all of them. Oh, Mary also got best direction in a play. It's like best director, which is very interesting. So I now like I was telling my mom this. I was like, now I really want to watch it because it like that's like a like, it's good to get best actor, but being like best direction is like so like on a technical standpoint, like the story is really good and like the set is really cool. So like that's cool. I like that. I didn't really, other than like those my tops. Those are my the babies that I was hoping to win. I'm not really sure. I see maybe Happy Ending won a lot of things. Oh, get this. Best scenic design of a play. Stranger Things, The First Shadow. I guess they made a
Oh,
Stranger Things play. No idea.
nice.
Sounds interesting. I think it also got like best. Yeah, I got best scenic design. Yeah, best set design. So kind of interesting. No, it also got best lighting design apparently.
Hmm.
Oh, never heard of it. Dorian Gray got best costuming. Awesome. Buena Vista Social Club was a big play or musical, I mean, and I think that's all I care about the Tonys. I'm sure in like a few weeks I'll end up like watching clips of like different because like what I like about the Tonys compared to the Oscars or the Grammys when it's like the nominations for like best movie or whatever they show like one scene of the movie at the like when they're doing the nominations like here's the nominated like, Dark Knight and then like they show a scene and it's like oh now it's this movie and they show a scene but in the Tonys they like spread that out to the whole show because best show is obviously wait actually I think they did best show at the very beginning this year. I can't even remember. But anyway, they no, they couldn't. That sounds crazy. Anyway, they do the nomination. Like everyone knows what the nominations are, and they'll be like, "Here's the first nominee for best musical." Doing their number, this number from the musical, and they like on stage, the actors like they do the full dance number from the
Okay.
musical. So then you actually like which is really cool because you see them like performing it live, and it's like, oh, this is dope. And then like they'll do like a few more awards, and then like oh here's the next nominee, and then like they'll do a number, and then they'll do more awards. So then you're actually like it'd be like if during the Oscars instead of showing a scene from the movie, they had the actors do like a live scene from the movie on stage. That'd be interesting to see. And I don't think it would work the same because obviously it's not the movie, but it works for the Tonys because it's like they're on stage, so like they can just do the same. It's like the same look. They have the same set and everything. It's very fun. The Tonys are probably the best award show, probably because of all the gay people there. I don't know, but it
Just
was
a lot of
great.
pageantry.
Everyone looked great. Yeah, the pageant. It's fun. It's kind of fun, and you
Yeah.
just the thing with the Broadway and stuff. It's like they're so talented. These people can sing so long and so loud at the same note. That sounds so good. It's just I don't know. It's like what you say. Like if someone can sing, they're attractive immediately. If they have a great voice, boom, you're 10. And so like watching the Tonys is just that. You're just watching all these like extremely beautiful people who are so talented. You're like, Jesus Christ, they're doing like backflips and shit. It's so cool. Um, anyway, we can move on from that. We can move on from that. Um, Mason, do you have anything you want to talk about on this episode? I'm just buzzing about the Tonys now.
Yeah. No, I mean, I am excited to see the actor who plays Draco Malfoy play Draco Malfoy
Yeah.
in the upcoming musical there. So
Yes, I saw he was going to be in the musical
Tom Hiddleston,
Hiddleston. Yeah, and then I was like, oh, cool, he's in the musical or the play or whatever. And then it was like, yeah, he's
I think
playing
he's supposed to be
Draco.
Draco,
And I was like,
or maybe his
he's not.
father. I don't
No,
know.
he's playing. I'm pretty sure he's playing Draco. Which I was like, shouldn't he be playing his father? I mean, because he's like a kid. I don't know. I don't know what the play's about. Maybe the play's like in the
I
future.
mean, I don't think he's that tall, so
Is it like Harry Potter the play? Like, is it the story of Harry Potter as like on stage?
yeah, maybe he
Because
just hits
again,
the highlights.
look up. I can't think of what it's called, but let's look up Darren Chris college Harry Potter musical. It's great. It's great. He plays Harry Potter. Nail. It looks just like him. It's great. I mean, it's like college kids making a musical, but it's like it's so fun. It's a fun time. You can tell they had fun making it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, dude? Speaking of that, speaking of having fun making things, I know LA like doesn't like Hollywood as an industry doesn't really exist right now. Uh, I mean, like it exists, but like not in Hollywood anymore. Um, and it's probably because they're not they're only using the same actors in everything now, right? Like you see like an actor in a movie, and then they're in a TV show, and then they're in like an Allstate commercial. Like, why are so many big actors in like Allstate commercials? Or like, why are they in these shitty commercials? What is that? What
Yeah,
what is that? They have money. They're on TV
yeah.
already. Why are they on Why are they on an Allstate commercial?
I think it's because companies now know like people will watch a movie just because someone's in it, not necessarily who directed it or what the movie is.
All
It's
celebrities have become influencers. There
yeah,
were celebrities and then there were influencers, and now celebrities are like, I'm gonna just go onto that. And I
yeah.
hate it. I hate it. It makes me not like the actor anymore. It makes me like I really hate it. And also,
I
by
feel
the
like
way,
Paul Rudd's the worst one of out of
oh
them
man,
all.
I was gonna say Chris Pratt. I
Oh
fucking
yeah.
hate seeing Chris Pratt on commercials. And you know what? I'm pretty sure they're photoshopping his face in those Meta glasses commercials. Guaranteed. Look up those ads. He looks not like Chris Pratt, and it's
Hmm.
weird. It's weird. Chris Hemsworth, you probably have Photoshop on there too, and also, and it's those two, and you're like, okay, I get it. Like Thor and Star Lord, like they've been in movies together, like that's how they know each other. And then Chris Jenner shows up, and you're like, why? Why?
Why?
Like I get why Chris Pratt like why Chris Pratt would want to hang out with Chris Jenner because he's like a Republican MAGA person, like Christian person. But like Chris Hemsworth, what the heck, man? Don't you have like pull-ups to do? Why are you hanging out with these losers, dude? Why don't you go hang out with like your brother or something? I don't know. So yeah, they're all actors are all doing that stuff, and it the main thing I wanted to bring up was like I'll just cut to the chase. What's with all these dual role movies? Sinners was good. I haven't seen it yet, but like Sinners is like that's a good version of that. Obviously, there's good versions of it,
Yeah.
but like there are so many now. Do you know Robert De Niro's in a dual movie right now on HBO, or I think it's on HBO. He's in a it's another I don't know if it was Scorsese, but it was one of those like gangster movies. He plays two brothers. One's like a hard ass like gang leader. The other one's like trying to play it straight. And they're just they do the same scene they do in every dual role movie where they're both just like sitting at chairs and like they have their hands are on the table, but like their hands are so close. But like to show like, hey, look, it's almost like they're real, like they can almost touch. But honestly,
Yeah.
you doing that, you showing me their hands right there makes me know that they won't ever touch. Like I know that like he'll never be like, "Oh, do you want some salt?" "Oh, thanks." Like they'll never do that. You're making it more obvious that like there's an invisible line cut right between them. And I just
Yeah.
don't I don't know. It's like can't we just hire people? Why do we have to have the same like they don't even sound like okay, and also here's the thing, they don't sound the same. They don't look that similar. I don't know if they're twins or not. I haven't looked at the whole synopsis or whatever, but if they're twins, that's fine. But if I find out that like because it seems like one of them is much older than the other. So that's very confusing. And it's like, don't you have like a 6 month old child to take care of, Robert De Niro? Why are you in movies right now? You're putting on too much work. Two
Yeah.
roles, Robert De Niro. You have like a 6 month old baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
Maybe
like
it's
I don't know.
probably because the studio doesn't have to pay Robert De Niro and the lead like that much more to do a lead, whereas they're going to have to pay like someone the same amount as or near Robert De Niro to lead with him.
Yeah, but it makes your movie look shitty. It looks
Hey man,
stupid.
yeah. I
It looks.
don't
I'm
know
sick of it.
why anyone ever said the dual thing was a good idea. I feel like Tom Hardy like killed it. I think The Parent Trap was good, but I was a kid when I was watching it. I was pretty dumb. It's probably not going to hold a lot of water
Wait,
today,
what do you
you
mean
know?
the Parent Trap? I thought it was Lindsay Lohan and her sister.
Right. Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, that's weird. They had the same name. That's fucked up. Why would the parents do that?
Yeah, because they're the same person.
Honestly, I think the reason that haven't watched Sinners yet is because of the dual role thing. Because I saw in the trailer that it was, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, like, does it make sense, or is it just
I mean, they're brothers. They're twins, I
right? But
think.
like, so here's what actually makes me think the Robert De Niro one is better than Sinners now, because like, if the Robert De Niro one I think is like a historical story, like I think it's a real story. So like that's like those are actual brothers, right? Sort of makes more sense. This is a fictional story about vampires or something. You don't need dual role for that. You don't have to have them be twins. Or is that like a big part of the is there a part at the end where it's like, Which one do I shoot? Which one do I shoot?
I mean, I think them being twins and being identical definitely helps a little bit. I don't know.
Mm,
You probably, it's probably not the main focus, but it probably helps sell the whole picture.
sure. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't help. It didn't sell me. It made me like upset when I saw that it was dual role, and I was.
Yeah, I
It looked
mean,
cool, but looking back at it now, like dissecting my own thoughts, I feel like that is the reason I haven't seen it yet. Even though I know it's everyone says it's so. Oh, look at the different formats it's in. Oh wow,
see,
it
the
is cool though.
reason I wanted to see it, I heard people say it was good, but I also heard people say they didn't get it. And it's a Jordan Peele
Uh,
movie, so it's just like I want to watch it to make sure
mm,
I get it.
no, not Jordan Peele movie.
Is it not?
It's a the guy who did the Black Panther. That guy, Ryan
Uh,
Coogler. It's a Coogler
okay.
flick.
Well, kind of same premise then,
I heard
both of
people
those
didn't.
directors.
I heard people didn't get it, but I don't know what
Yeah,
I don't.
I
I
think
haven't
it's
seen it, so I
easy to
don't.
get. I think
Okay,
it's easy to get.
Inception was easy to
Um,
get. I thought Inception was easy to get. I understood Inception.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
this is what happens when your country runs on multiple choice questions. People don't
Yeah.
understand movies. They need their hands held.
What does the top do at the end though?
It wobbles. I think it wobbles so it shows him he's in the real world, but maybe he's
You think
not.
a wobble just shows it's in the real world? It
Well, it
doesn't
means it's
knock
gonna
over?
fall. It's gonna fall.
Does it?
It doesn't fall, but it wobbles. Or am I just seeing things?
See, I think the wobble just
Because I,
signified that they
yeah,
were still in the dream.
it wobbled, but it didn't fall.
Right. I think if they were going to show it fall, they were going to show it fall.
I might have to watch. I'll have to watch Inception again, which
No,
I'm
I think
willing
the
to
whole
do
point.
because of Killian Murphy. Because I finally got my dad on Father's Day. I got him to start watching Peaky Blinders, and I was like, "You
Okay.
finally, dude!" I was like, "It's only like you can only do 1 or 2 episodes at a time because they are dense episodes." But dude, trust me, British gangsters, it's freaking cool. Wait till they take their hats off. He doesn't like their haircuts. But I was like, no, no,
Ah,
no. They have blades in their hat, dude, and they slice people's Peaky Blinders, dude. They blind them with their fucking peakies, dude. Even though
they're
I don't,
peakies.
they didn't really do that back then. They did. I think they did have. There was a gang that did have that, but there was like no record of them actually using it for battle. But like, why would they report that?
Yeah.
Or like, why would I don't know. But
They
um,
used it at least once.
yeah, for sure, you have to use it at least once. I
Yeah.
don't know, but I was very happy with that. That was very cool. Did you have a good Father's Day? Let's move on. Let's move away. I was getting very angry. That was my bench rant, my bench fit on dual role movies. I think it's not lazy because it's double the work for one actor and
Yeah.
the post editing. You got to put in all that shit, make it look like
Yeah.
it's just I don't.
I just think you could get someone else.
I'll have to watch Sinners. Yeah, you have to if it absolutely like Parent Trap. The whole premise of Parent Trap is that they are identical twins. That is the
Right.
premise. That's the whole movie. Is there it hinges on that. If there are two different actresses in that movie, Parent Trap fails immediately. She'll get back to London and go, "You're not my daughter. What the fuck are you?" So
Yeah.
if it's like I'll have to watch that Robert De Niro one and Sinners. I'll do a double feature, a quadruple feature because there's two of the same actor in each one. But because it was like I think it was made by the same people that made Goodfellas and like The Irishman, like all those movies. So I'm like, okay, this might be good. I just don't know why.
Probably.
Like, hey, Robert De Niro, maybe someone else wants to play a gangster. Like you've been doing it since the 80s. Maybe someone else wants to give it a go, right? It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man. The Irishman wasn't that good. Why are we doing this still? Anyway, let's do. You know what? While we're here, while we're having fun, let's go ahead and finish this off with a few ways for you and I. Even though we are incredible, our knowledge of the LGBTQ plus community and its ways are deep within us. We have a deep well of knowledge. Apparently, even if we didn't even know we had
Mhm.
it, we thought we were guessing, but really, we already knew the answers. We just didn't know that we knew them.
Right.
And so to become better, and this would be good for everyone else as well. These are some practical ways to celebrate Pride Month as an ally. Because last week we had a lot of questions about like, how do I celebrate Pride as a straight person? What do I do if I go to a Pride parade? Blah blah blah. Here's how you can celebrate. Uh, One, like what Mason and I just did, educate yourself on the history of Pride. Boom, learn about the Stonewall Inns. The one Stonewall Inn
Yeah.
in Greenwich
And
Village,
the Marsha P.
1969.
Johnsons.
Learn about the Marsha P. Johnsons, babe. Marsha P. Johnson, babe. Yeah.
Marsha Pay No
Um,
Mind Johnson.
Learn more about the different identities under the LGBTQ plus umbrella. Amazing. Quick, what are the letters of LGBTQ plus?
Uh, the ones you just said. Those are
Lesbian,
the
gay,
letters. Oh
bisexual,
yeah.
transsexual, or
You
transgender,
didn't say the words.
trans,
Um,
queer, plus.
ultra.
See. I feel like it's trans. Is it transsexual?
It's probably
Transgender.
yeah. It's probably
It's
trans.
transgender. I'm literally looking at a
Okay.
WikiHow article about this, and I could have just looked down. It's transgender, an umbrella term
Nice.
for people whose gender identity and/or expression is different from cultural expectations based on the sex they were assigned at birth.
Fair
Now
enough.
you know. Three, attend Pride events during the month. Yeah, parades. What other things? Sign petitions related to LGBTQ plus issues. Follow famous figures on social media, like LGBTQ plus figures. Volunteer at organizations. I mean, these are pretty much everything we said last week. So, donate if you got the money. You feel like donating to charities. Donate to an LGBTQ plus charity. There's GLAAD, GLAAD, the Trevor Project, National Center of Transgender Equality, Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Community Center. Those are a few examples of charities you can donate to. Support the
Nice.
businesses, dive into LGBTQ plus art, music, and movies. Some museum. Okay, here's some things here related to the art. There are queer museums. This is what it says. It says queer museums. So don't come
Okay.
at me with that. That's
Yeah.
WikiHow. American LGBTQ plus museum, the Brighton Museum, the GLBT Historical Society Museum, and the Schwools Museum.
Shoes.
Schwools. Some queer movies you can watch are Moonlight, BPM, beats per minute, Welcome to Chechnya, Mucho Macho Amor, The Legend of Walter Mercado is a fucking great
Ooh.
flick. Trust me,
I've
Mason, you need to
never
watch
heard
it.
it.
So good. Mucho Macho Amor. Just look up that. You'll like it. And then We Were Here. Is Those are some examples of queer movies. Books by queer authors. Pretty, a memoir by K.B. Brookins. The Prospects by K.T. Hoffman. How to Live Free in a Dangerous World, a decolonial memoir by Shayla Lawson, I apologize, and Little Rot by Akwake Emezi. Akwake Emezi. So those are some queer books. Queer music artists, Little Nas X, Renee Rapp, Halsey, Lady Gaga, Megan Thee Stallion. Maybe you heard of them, huh? Some up and comers right there. Maybe you look them up. Yeah, they're coming. I think they're gonna do okay. Um,
I
let's
forgot about
see.
Halsey until I remembered my favorite song by
Yeah,
her is her like talking about making out some girl. Like,
yeah.
cool.
I kissed the girl and then I flew to space.
Oh. Oh
Let's
yeah, she
see.
did do that.
Yeah, she did. Unfortunately, incorporate mentions of Pride Month into your work routine. There you go. Start. I don't know. I mean, yes, do that. Obviously, like, don't be afraid to like come out and like be proud of yourself at work. But like, this is the one that bothers me. Host Pride Month themed activities for your workplace. I'm okay with that. I don't like mandatory, like, let's all hang out as employees on our lunch break. I don't want to do that. I got other things in my mind. I will support LGBTQ plus at the workplace, but I just don't enjoy mandatory like activities at the workplace. I think it's very just like, ugh, I don't come here to have fun. Stop trying to make it fun. Um, Encourage your company. This is again, this okay. These last few are just pushing the envelope further and further. Encourage your company to give money to an LGBTQ plus charity, which is cool. It's fine if they want to do that, but don't just be like, you know what you
Yeah.
should do. If you don't do it, you're an asshole, Mr. Boss.
Yeah, but where do you think I'm at in this power structure?
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
it's
Any place
true.
I'm at, I'm a cog. I'm at
Yeah,
the
that's
very
true.
bottom.
They don't even let me look at the boss. Like
Yeah.
he only comes down
I
like
don't know
once a
who that
month.
guy is.
He doesn't know who you are. You're a slug
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell him to where he can spend his money? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh
He's like, who are you again? And why do you work here?
oh, here we go.
Oh,
Well,
figured it out.
Mason, just talk to your company about inclusive training programs. And then the boss can go to those and learn how to be a better ally. And then they'll want to donate. Two birds, one stone. And then lastly, advocate for the queer community after June ends. Obviously, after June ends, don't be like Nike or Subway or any company, any corporate company for the most part, where like July 1st, they're like, oh, rainbow flags gone. No longer need those. Put them in the attic until June 1st, 2026, baby.
Yeah.
We did our jobs. No, that's not cool. And like don't make it obvious. Like if you are just like being an ally, like you're not an ally, like you're just like posing, like you're a poser, like Subway. Don't take your pride stuff down July 1st. That's obvious that you're immediately like everyone's like you're an asshole. Wait like a few days, and then you can take the flag down, I guess, and be like, well, I don't want to get it dirty. I'm moving it inside. It's outside, but I don't want to get it dirty. It's inside. It's inside. Trust me. Or just
Wait until the next big rain. That gives you an excuse to keep it dry,
yeah,
and then you just don't take it back
you just
out.
forget to take it back out. If
Yeah.
that's your jam, if you want to be that person that doesn't want to be proud of who they are or who they support, that's fine. I understand. Tensions are pretty high in the country right now. It's kind of scary to be different. So like I get that if you're like kind of afraid to show yourself. So I don't know, just don't make it obvious. Don't make it obvious. If you need to like be careful, be careful. Always be careful. That's what we should say. Just be careful. Be proud of yourself, but also be careful.
Yeah.
Carry a face mask for bear spray. You never know who's gonna spray with bear spray. Happens all the time now. Yeah. And here's a quick question: can straight people go to Pride? Yeah, we covered this last week. Path 154, the Mellow Brick Road. You can go to Pride if you're Pride parade if you're straight. No one cares. They love it. They love it. And by they, I mean the LGBTQ plus community, who are lovely people. And I wish I
Hmm.
wouldn't have called them they, but
Some of them might identify as
sometimes they
they.
prefer they them. So it's kind of weird. Like what's
Yeah.
offensive, what's not. But
Just
yeah,
ask.
just ask. Just ask. That's the whole like motto of Pride Month. Just ask.
If you don't know, be like, excuse me, I'd like to talk to you. You seem chill.
Yeah,
What is your preferred pronouns?
it's like if when any like I assume any like LGBTQ plus person goes up to like someone where they're like, I want to try and talk to this guy because he's cute, but I don't know if they're gay. So like you just gotta walk up and they like that's what they have to do. Like I feel like for cis people like us fucking loser cis people, we assume. Well, I don't know. I would say we assume everyone's straight, but I don't know if gay people assume everyone's gay or straight. But like I'm not looking for guys. So like I guess the main thing would be like if I went to like hit on a girl and then I found out she was a lesbian or something, then it'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
that's like, but like I guess I
Now
don't
you gotta
assume. I don't know. You shouldn't
talk to
assume.
your local community because they will have the better answer there. Because it's like when you're trying to figure out, you see someone with a lighter and you're like, what are they smoking? And you ask them, it's
Hmm.
like, hey, do you smoke? Because their answers will be one of the three. Yes, no, or smoke what?
Yeah, and that always means meth. No weed.
Yeah.
It means weed.
Uh,
Or
but yeah,
what
so
I do
there's
is
probably some
yeah.
kind of question in the community that the community knows, you
Yeah.
know? So like just figure out what that question is.
What I do if I see someone smoking and I want like a hit of it, but I don't know if I don't know if it's weed or cigarette, I'll walk up to him and go, "Hey, can I bum a lighter real fast? Can I borrow that lighter?" And they go, "Yeah, sure." And I get the lighter and I check the bottom of it. And if it's black, it's like ash on the bottom of it, they smoke weed. Not only are they smoking weed, they smoke bowls, which is cool. So uh yeah, if it's clean on the bottom, ew, cigarette. Ew, get out of here. Take the lighter back, loser. No, thank you. If they don't have a lighter, they're smoking vapes or they're a dragon. So that's
Ooh.
yeah. So like that's like, ooh, which do I choose? You're back in the same. Then it's almost like you have to get out a gold coin, or some manga, but like borderline hentai manga for vapes. And so like
Mm.
it's like, are you a dragon? The gold coin? Do you want the hentai manga? Which do you want? Which do you want? And whichever they choose, that's how you know what they are.
Yeah.
Same thing as the cigarette weed thing, but like, dragon
True.
vapes. Oh,
Yeah.
dragon vapes. That'd be cool. Whoa, what would that even, I can't even imagine what that would look like. Hey everyone, our new sponsor for today's episode, Dragon Vapes. You ever wanted to vape pure fire? That'd be
Well,
awesome.
wait till you see this.
What it is, it's actually not a vape pen. They actually implant a vape pen like in your neck, so that whenever you breathe, you can just breathe out vape smoke. Like how dragon breathes fire. You just like vape is just like part of your circulatory system now. Like it's just in there. There's no removing it. I don't know what happens when it
Sounds
runs out. When the
terrible.
cart runs out, I don't know what happens, and I don't
You got
know.
to get a refill or else you die.
The hot metal can't be good for the inside of your body either, because that shit gets hot sometimes. Uh,
We'll have to talk to Carlac and figure it out.
well, while you're doing that, why don't you give everyone your socials and we can get on out of here.
Okay. You can find me on a few different places. Instagram and Threads, Mason Greenwell 52 on there. TikTok and Blue Sky, M Green Wee.
You can find me on Instagram at Van Windsor. You check me out there. I've been posting a lot of hashtag Pride, hashtag Big Deck Energy pics this summer.
Ooh,
So that's the theme of the summer, Big Deck Energy. You can see I got a lot of sun on my face today. Like I said, I was dealing with a lot of nasty gutters. Did see a couple snakes though. That was cool. That was cool.
ewy.
Well, they were ring necks, so they were good snakes. The snakes that eat like mice and other bugs and other snakes. So like the bad snakes. So like that's good. I like seeing ring necked snakes. Didn't like seeing them go into the garage where I couldn't see them anymore. That was a little bit troubling, but they're safe in there, so I'm fine with it. I don't think they'll attack me, but I guess we'll find out. I'll
I
let
don't
you
know,
know.
just don't have your Tootsies out there and they might mistake your big toe for a mouse.
I feel like I'm just asking to get bit by snakes and stung by wasps at the same time. I think that's where I'm at right now. So check me out on Instagram. I'll probably post that if I get stung or bit by a snake. Follow the show on
Hashtag told you so.
hashtag leopard ate my face.
Ooh.
Um, fuck around, find out.
Hashtag
Um,
dingo ate my baby.
hashtag hashtag Mellow Brick Road is on Instagram and Facebook at mbr.pod and Mellow Brick Road on Facebook. We also are on Blue Sky, Mellow Brick Road. Check it out. Check us out on Blue Sky. I post clips and whatnot, updates for the show on there. Um, I think that's everything for the show. So let's follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, and whatnot.
Right.
Give us a like, 5 stars, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, uh, strike a pose, knees and toes. Hey, Macarena.
I
Everyone, thank you so much for joining us on this episode. I really hope you enjoyed this path. Give your local lesbian a licking. That's what I said last week. So we're saying it all Pride Month. Okay, fine. Give your local gay a gulping. Give your local gay a gulping. You did this. You didn't want licking, so now you got gulping, Mason. Everyone, no manifestations.
stay safe out there.
Stay gulping.
No, stay safe.
Whoa.
No.
I feel like when I play like almost too fast, I hit the notes a lot better because it's like I don't give my
Maybe.
fingers time to like fuck up. I can't like
Yeah.
overthink
No,
the
I
G.
I I know that. Yeah, because like I feel like most of the time I can't do something just because I think like I think if I just like turned off my brain, I
Mhm.
think I could do things a lot better.